We're going to do something a bit different today to what I normally do. So if you're intrigued, stay tuned. We'll get right into it. If you hadn't guessed by my introduction, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate, I hope you got to spend time with family, friends, and loved ones. But today we're going to take a break from the true crime, politics, current affairs, and your girl is going to indulge herself in a bit of history because I love history. So I thought it'd be fun to discuss the origins of Christmas. And it's not the Christians. What we call Christmas is actually a prehistoric celebration around the midwinter solstice that probably started in the Neolithic period, which was around 10,000 BC to 2200 BC. During the Neolithic period, the shortest day, or the midwinter solstice, the 21st of December, was celebrated with huge feasts and gift giving. The feast included pork, beef, and even dairy products. The gifts given were highly valued and include daggers of bronze, which had just begun to replace flint and stone. Bronze may have been imported from mainland Europe, where metalworking had started. Gold necklaces, hair decorations, and buttons have also been found at Neolithic archaeological sites, so we can imagine at least that they wore their best clothes and accessories for this midwinter feast. So for anyone out there whinging that they've changed Christmas to a midwinter feast because it's politically correct, no, that's technically how it started out. The midwinter solstice celebrations were also had by the Romans. They had a 5-day party called Saturnalia, which began on the 17th of December. This festival, surprisingly, celebrated the god Saturn. Masters would serve food to their slaves during this festival, so it was the other way round. The Romans were allowed to gamble during the festival, which was usually illegal for the rest of the year. The boring white togas and dresses were replaced with colourful clothes reflecting the joyous occasion. The feast was usually a communal celebration, followed by giving gifts back in the home. Some of these gifts were small wax or pottery figures, songs, or poems. The usual food was replaced with exotic figs, dates, pine nuts, snails, and fermented fish. I'm not going to complain about my turkey this year. The Roman historian Sextus Julius Africanus dated Jesus' conception to March the 25th, which meant that the date of birth would be December the 25th. In the 3rd century, the Romans were not yet Christians, but the 25th of December was a celebration of the rebirth of the unconquered sun, which marked the return of longer days. The 25th of December was also the birthday of Mithra, the Indo-European deity of light and loyalty. The Church in Rome started celebrating Christmas on the 25th of December in 366 AD, as Emperor Constantine made Christianity the religion of the Roman Empire. Christmas did not become a major Christian festival until the 9th century. Midwinter was still celebrated in medieval times, but was extended to 12 days of revelry that ended on the 6th of January, or the 12th night, which was when gifts were exchanged. So they gave their gifts on the 12th night, the 6th of January, rather than the 25th of December. These celebrations were centered around the idea that Christ was born around this time. The word Christmas was first recorded in England in 1038. Similar to the Romans, medieval folk also swapped roles with masters serving their servants. The Yule log hails from this period too. This was an actual wooden log that was kept burning throughout the season. Decorations started to be used, such as evergreens, and fancy food such as boar's heads and extra strong ale were the Christmas dinners of the time. People also used to play games which were headed by a Lord of Misrule who ordered the games which were to be played. And because it's my favourite period in history to study, read, watch, etc., the Tudors pushed Christmas further still. Not content with just the previous traditions, they also had plays and fancy dress. Dancing was a big part of a Tudor Christmas. The food got sweeter during this time as sugar was a fairly new discovery, so they put it on everything. They held sugar banquets where sugar models of dragons, castles, and goblets were made. Like just a pile of solid sugar in the shape of a dragon. Oh, my teeth can feel it, just the idea of it. Elizabeth I was known to expect lavish gifts on New Year's Day and made sure to note down who got her what and how much they spent. Oh, bit of a diva. The Victorians are to thank for the way that we celebrate Christmas today. The large communal parties were swapped for more intimate family gatherings. The Christmas tree found fame in 1840 when Prince Albert, husband of Queen Victoria, had one in their home for the Christmas celebrations. Gifts were given on the 25th of December now instead of the New Year as in previous times. Presents varied from sweets and nuts to toy trains, depending on the family finances. The term Boxing Day also comes from the Victorians, as on the 26th of December, servants and tradesmen were given a Christmas box which had their tips inside. Cards, crackers, turkey and Christmas pudding all started to become Christmas traditions during this time. Yeah, I can go without the Christmas pudding. I'm not a fan. Ugh. Not entirely sure if we should thank the Victorians for the traditional food that everyone hates but has to have because it's tradition. So, Father Christmas and his reindeer were also imagined during this time and made their first appearance in England in the 1870s as they flew over from America. Families usually went to church at Christmas and sang carols, which are still sung today in 2023. That was a very brief history of Christmas. So it's not thanks to the Christians. It's pagan midwinter solstice. So if you don't celebrate Christmas, at least I hope you have spent time with family, friends, and loved ones and eaten your weight in food that tastes nice. And if you've been sat there wondering what this ball of fluff is, this is Yogi Bear. He is one of my 4 cats. If you want to hear the story of how I ended up with 4 cats, let me know. But this boy is 13, 14 years old maybe. I've had him about 6 years. He was a rescue. All of my cats are rescues. And he has arthritis, which he has to take medication for. He is also completely deaf, which means he can't hear his meow, so he screams. He doesn't know he's screaming, bless him. Really, bird, no. And it does make me sad that he can't hear me. But yeah, that's his story. Oh, and also he has no teeth. Like 0 teeth. But he is one of my baby boys. That's the story of the Yogi Bear. If you're interested, maybe my other cats will join us at some point in one of the videos. But this was Yogi's 5 minutes of fame. Hey? Such a good boy. This was a bit of a detour from my usual topics, which can get a bit miserable. I thought it'd be a bit cute, bit of fun, find out where we got our traditional Christmas from. So Merry Christmas. I hope 2024 is uneventful. Hopefully. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful 2024. If you enjoy my content, subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Come find me on Twitter and TikTok. That's where I'm most active. And if you're from the Reddit community or the Facebook community in regards to the Corey Richards case, Merry Christmas. Thank you for your help this year in my coverage of the case. It's been much appreciated. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy 25th of December if you don't celebrate, happy midwinter solstice. Yogi is having a wash. Yogi says bye-bye as well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I will see you in the next video. Merry Christmas.